Hello everyone, and welcome. In today's DMV Class B written test practice session, we'll go through 200 updated questions designed to help you prepare for the exam. When each question appears, pause the video first. Choose the answer you believe is correct, then comment your answer below before resuming the video to see the correct answer. Keep track of your score as you move through the questions, and let's get started. Question 1. What does a lane control signal with a green arrow above a reversible lane indicate? Option A, the signal is about to change to a red X. Option B, drivers should not drive in this lane. Option C, drivers may use this lane only to make a left turn. Option D, drivers may drive normally in this lane. The correct answer is option D. Drivers may drive normally in this lane. Explanation: lane control signals are used when the direction of the flow of traffic in a specific lane changes throughout the day. They are used to show which lanes of traffic are open and closed, as well as to show if toll booths are open or closed. When a lane control signal contains a green arrow, drivers may drive normally in the indicated lane. Question 2. When making normal stops, you should, option A, use only the rear brake. Option B, use only the front brake. Option C, use both the front and rear brakes. Option D, alternate between the front and rear brakes. The correct answer is option C. Use both the front and rear brakes. Explanation: make it a habit to always use both brakes when slowing or stopping, even for normal, non-emergency stops. Question 3. If you reach an intersection where you wish to turn but you are not in the proper lane, you should: option A, quickly cut across traffic to make your turn. Option B, turn on your blinker and make the turn from your current lane. Option C, drive to the next intersection and make your turn then. Option D, safely change lanes then put your vehicle in reverse to go back to the intersection. The correct answer is option C, drive to the next intersection and make your turn then. Explanation: never make last-minute turns. If you reach an intersection where you wish to turn, but you are not in the proper lane to make the turn, drive to the next intersection and then make the turn from the proper lane. Question 4. When passing a motorcycle, you must: option A, allow the motorcyclist the right half of a traffic lane. Option B, allow the motorcyclist the entire width of a traffic lane. Option C, begin moving past the motorcycle before your vehicle is entirely in the passing lane. Option D, not communicate with the motorcyclist. The correct answer is option B, allow the motorcyclist the entire width of a traffic lane. Explanation: give motorcyclists, bicyclists, and pedestrians plenty of space. Use extra caution when making turns or changing lanes near one of these road users. A motorcyclist is entitled to the entire width of a traffic lane. Question 5. Swerving a motorcycle. Option A, requires a lot of traction. Option B, requires little traction. Option C, is a slow maneuver. Option D, should be done to avoid a hazard on a slippery road. The correct answer is option A, requires a lot of traction. Explanation: swerving is a quick maneuver that requires a lot of traction in order to be safely executed. Making sudden moves, such as swerving, on slippery surfaces should be avoided. Question 6. With a properly adjusted mirror, you can see: option A, only the lane beside you. Option B, only the lane behind you. Option C, the lane behind you and part of the lane next to you. Option D, everything behind and to the side of your motorcycle. The correct answer is option A, only the lane beside you. Explanation: you should adjust your mirrors so you can see the lane behind you and as much as possible of the lane next to you. Properly adjusted mirrors are an important part of remaining aware of your surroundings while on the road. Question 7. An octagonal sign is always a: option A, speed limit sign. Option B, stop sign. Option C, a hospital sign. Option D, railroad warning sign. The correct answer is option B, stop sign. Explanation: octagonal signs are always stop signs. Come to a complete stop when approaching a red, 8-sided sign. Question 8. Test the tractor protection valve by: option A, removing the air supply knob. Option B, removing the parking brake control knob. Option C, Releasing air with the brake pedal. Option D. Releasing air with the gas pedal. The correct answer is option C. Releasing air with the brake pedal. Explanation. You should test the tractor protection valve by allowing the air supply to properly charge, turning off the engine, then releasing air from the system by pressing the brake pedal several times. The tractor protection valve should move into its emergency position when side drops to an unsafe level. Question 9. During an applied leakage test, the maximum leakage rate for a triple combination vehicle is option A, 10 psi in a minute. Option B, 8 psi in a minute. Option C, 6 psi in a minute. Option D, 4 psi in a minute. The correct answer is option C, 6 psi in a minute. Explanation. It is important to know the maximum air loss rate that is safe for your specific vehicle. A triple combination should have a leakage rate no higher than 6 psi in a minute during an applied leakage test. Question 10. You come to an intersection with a flashing red light. You must do option A, slow down and drive carefully through the intersection. Option B, turn either right or left since the road is blocked ahead. Option C, stop at the intersection and wait for a flashing green light. Option D, stop at the intersection, then proceed as traffic allows. The correct answer is option C. Stop at the intersection and wait for a flashing green light. Explanation. A flashing red light means that you must come to a full stop and then proceed when the way is clear. Question 11. When you are driving on the freeway and see that a vehicle will be entering your lane from an entrance ramp, you should option A, speed up to pass them. Option B, honk your horn so they know you are there. Option C, change lanes or slow down to allow them room. Option D, ignore them because you have the right of way. The correct answer is option C, change lanes or slow down to allow them room. Explanation. Make room for vehicles entering the freeway. Whenever possible, change lanes to allow those entering traffic to do so smoothly and safely. If you cannot change lanes, adjust your speed. Question 12. When carrying a passenger, you should, option A, sit farther forward than you usually do. Option B, sit farther back than you usually do. Option C, sit in your usual comfortable position. Option D, sit anywhere. The correct answer is option A. Sit farther forward than you usually do. Explanation. When transporting a passenger, you should be sure that you have a seat that is large enough to carry 2 people without crowding. You should not sit any farther forward than you usually do. Question 13. You are involved in an accident. You should, option A, stop immediately. Option B, help the injured. Option C, call the police. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option A. Stop immediately. Explanation. If involved in an accident, you should stop your vehicle immediately. If possible, move the vehicle out of the way of traffic. Call the nearest police agency and ask for an ambulance if necessary. Do not move the injured unnecessarily, but attempt to stop severe bleeding with direct pressure. Wait for emergency vehicles to arrive. Question 14. You should be cautious when passing a bicycle because option A, you are moving faster than the bicycle. Option B, the bicycle always has the right of way. Option C, oncoming traffic may not see you pull out to pass the bicycle. Option D, the cyclist may have to swerve into traffic to avoid an object on the road. The correct answer is option D. The cyclist may have to swerve into traffic to avoid an object on the road. Explanation. You should always be cautious when passing a bicycle because the cyclist may have to swerve into traffic to avoid an object on the road. Always be particularly careful when driving near bicyclists. Question 15. When making a turn, you must blank your speed. Option A, increase. Option B, maintain. Option C, vary. Option D, reduce. The correct answer is option B, maintain. Explanation. When turning, you should reduce to a speed that allows you to maintain control of your vehicle, stay in your lane, and react to unexpected situations. Question 16. If you had a tire blowout while driving, you should, option A, pull the steering wheel tightly and brake lightly. Option B, step on the accelerator. Option C, turn quickly off the road. Option D, hit the brakes and stop as quickly as possible. The correct answer is option A. Hold the steering wheel tightly and brake lightly. Explanation: if a tire on your vehicle suddenly goes flat, hold the steering wheel tightly and keep the vehicle going straight. Slow down gradually by taking your foot off the accelerator and use the brakes lightly. Pull off of the road and steer to a safe location, if at all possible. Question 17. Which of the following is true about driving on a wet roadway? Option A, as you drive faster, your tires become less effective. Option B, water does not affect cars with good tires. Option C, deep water is less dangerous than shallow water. Option D, as you decrease your speed, the roadway becomes more slippery. The correct answer is option A. As you drive faster, your tires become less effective. Explanation: the faster you drive on a wet roadway, the less effective your tires will be at wiping the water from the road. If your speed becomes excessive enough, your tires will lose their grip on the road entirely, and you will begin to hydroplane, that is, to slide down the road on a film of water. Question 18. Driving significantly under the speed limit is option A, dangerous. Option B, smart. Option C, safe. Option D, optional. The correct answer is option A, dangerous. Explanation: driving below the posted speed limit can also be dangerous. If you must drive slower, you should still observe the posted minimum speed limit. At places where it is unsafe to pass, the slow driver forces other drivers to creep along behind or take unnecessary risks while trying to pass. Question 19. When driving past a row of parked vehicles, you should: option A, be prepared for a person or vehicle to unexpectedly enter your lane. Option B, expect all other drivers and pedestrians to respect your right-of-way. Option C, hunt to alert drivers and pedestrians to your presence. Option D, pass quickly to avoid any pedestrians. The correct answer is option A. Be prepared for a person or vehicle to unexpectedly enter your lane. Explanation: keep a space between your vehicle and parked vehicles. A person may step out of a parked vehicle or out from between the parked vehicles, or a vehicle may start to pull out suddenly. Drive with caution and be alert to the movements of pedestrians and other drivers. Question 20. Before backing your tractor under the trailer, make sure your trailer brakes are: option A, disengaged. Option B, blocked. Option C, deactivated. Option D, dry. The correct answer is option B, locked. Explanation: correctly following the steps to couple and uncouple trailers is vital to safely operating a combination vehicle. Before backing your tractor under the trailer while coupling, make sure your trailer brakes are locked. Question 21. When you need to brake, how can you warn drivers behind you? Option A, tap on the brakes a couple of times. Option B, stick your arm out the window. Option C, swerve within your lane. Option D, change lanes. The correct answer is option A. Tap on the brakes a couple of times. Explanation: to warn drivers behind you that you're about to slow down. It may be a good idea to first lightly tap your brake pedal a few times to make the brake lights flash. Question 22. When using a roundabout or rotary island, drivers should: option A, yield to entering traffic. Option B, yield to traffic already in the roundabout. Option C, drive in a clockwise direction. Option D, stop within the rotary island. The correct answer is option A, yield to entering traffic. Explanation: a roundabout is a circular intersection that usually does not include a traffic signal and flows in a counterclockwise direction around a central island. Motorists must enter from the right, yielding to traffic already in the roundabout, and follow the circle to the right until the desired roadway is reached. Question 23. Downward-facing triangular signs: option A, indicate school zones. Option B, tell drivers to yield. Option C, indicate construction zones. Option D, indicate railroad crossings. The correct answer is option B, tell drivers to yield. Explanation: downward-facing triangular signs usually indicate that drivers should yield. Once the road is clear of traffic or pedestrians and it is safe to do so, drivers may proceed. Question 24. To reduce the effects of headlight glare at night, you should look Option A, straight ahead. Option B, over your shoulder. Option C, at the center of the road. Option D, to the right edge of the road. The correct answer is option D, to the right edge of the road. Explanation: if oncoming drivers do not dim their headlights for you, keep your eyes on the right side of the road ahead. Do not look directly at the oncoming headlights because the glare may blind you for several seconds. Question 25. On a wet road, you should reduce your speed, option A, by about 1/2, option B, by about 1/3, option C, by about 1/4, option D, by about 1/8. The correct answer is option B, by about 1/3. Explanation: you should reduce your speed by about 1/3 when driving on a wet road. It can be difficult to stop or turn when operating on a slippery surface, so you must adjust your speed to drive safely under such conditions. Question 26. If you are unable to get a good view of cross traffic when stopped at an intersection controlled by a stop sign, you should: option A, wait 5 seconds, then proceed. Option B, sound your horn before proceeding. Option C, put down your windows, listen for traffic, and then proceed. Option D, pull forward slowly, check for traffic and pedestrians, and proceed when clear. The correct answer is option D, pull forward slowly, check for traffic and pedestrians, and proceed when clear. Explanation: when stopped at a stop sign where you cannot see cross traffic, yield to any pedestrians and then carefully pull forward past the stop line until you can see clearly. Check for traffic and pedestrians. Go ahead when the intersection is clear. Question 27. A motorist approaching a bicyclist should: option A, speed up to pass them. Option B, proceed as usual. Option C, swerve into the opposite lane. Option D, exercise extreme caution. The correct answer is option A, speed up to pass them. Explanation: drivers should reduce their speed as they pass bicyclists, as air movement from a passing vehicle can easily affect a bicyclist's balance. Question 28. A small vehicle may begin to float in only blank of water. Option A, 1 foot. Option B, 2 inches. Option C, 6 inches. Option D, 2 feet. The correct answer is option C, 6 inches. Explanation: be careful to avoid driving through flooded areas. A small vehicle may begin to float in as little as 6 inches of standing water. Deeper water may cause a vehicle to be washed away. Question 29. An arrow painted on the pavement means: option A, drivers in the proper lane may make the movement indicated by the arrow if they choose to do so. Option B, drivers in the proper lane must make the movement indicated by the arrow, but only if traffic lights are not working. Option C, drivers in the proper lane must always come to a complete stop before making the movement indicated by the arrow. Option D, drivers in the proper lane must make the movement indicated by the arrow while following directions indicated by traffic signals. The correct answer is option D. Drivers in the proper lane must make the movement indicated by the arrow while following directions indicated by traffic signals. Explanation: an arrow painted on the pavement within a traffic lane indicates that drivers in the lane must make the movement indicated by the arrow. Drivers should follow directions given by any traffic signs or signals before proceeding in the direction indicated by the arrow. Question 30. When a traffic signal light turns green, you should: option A, yield the right-of-way to pedestrians. Option B, accelerate as quickly as possible. Option C, back up slowly. Option D, not move until another driver waves you on. The correct answer is option A, yield the right-of-way to pedestrians. Explanation: a green light tells you that you can go through the intersection. However, you must first yield the right-of-way to traffic and pedestrians who are still in the intersection. Question 31. The leading cause of traffic accidents in Nevada is: option A, speeding. Option B, failure to yield the right-of-way. Option C, tailgating. Option D, driving under the influence. The correct answer is option B, Failure to yield the right-of-way. Explanation. Failure to yield the right-of-way is the leading cause of traffic accidents in Nevada. Know Nevada's right-of-way laws and always be prepared to yield your legal right-of-way to prevent an accident. Question 32. When two vehicles arrive to an intersection at the same time, which one has the right-of-way when no signs or signals indicate rules? Option A. The car approaching from the right has the right-of-way. Option B. The car approaching from the left has the right-of-way. Option C. The car in which the driver sounds his horn first has the right-of-way. Option D. The car that is traveling the fastest has the right-of-way. The correct answer is option A. The car approaching from the right has the right-of-way. Explanation. At an intersection of two similar roads, without a traffic control device, a driver must yield to a vehicle approaching from the right. Question 33. After starting the engine, oil pressure should reach a normal level. Option A. Within a few seconds. Option B. After about a minute. Option C. After about 4 minutes. Option D. Within 10 minutes of driving. The correct answer is option A. Within a few seconds. Explanation. After you start the engine, keep an eye on the gauges. Oil pressure should rise to a normal level within a few seconds of the engine being started. Question 34. On which side S of a vehicle should drivers maintain a space cushion? Option A. Only to the front of the vehicle. Option B. Only to the back of the vehicle. Option C. Only to the left and right of the vehicle. Option D. All sides of the vehicle. The correct answer is option D. All sides of the vehicle. Explanation. The only way you can be sure you will have enough time to react to the movements of other drivers is by leaving plenty of space between your car and the cars around you. In general, you should try to keep a cushion of space on all sides of your motor vehicle. Question 35. When loading a trailer, weight should be option A. Placed as high as possible. Option B. Placed as low as possible. Option C. Placed only on the left side, if possible. Option D. Placed only on the right side, if possible. The correct answer is option A. Placed as high as possible. Explanation. Weight of cargo should be loaded into a trailer as low as possible. If the weight of cargo is positioned too high in a trailer, it will put the vehicle at risk of tipping over. Question 36. When slowing for a normal stop, you should, option A, use only the rear brake. Option B, use less throttle and apply only the front brake. Option C, shift down through the gears as you slow. Option D, pull in the clutch and coast. The correct answer is option C, shift down through the gears as you slow. Explanation. You should shift down through the gears with the clutch as you slow or stop. When braking, always use both brakes. Question 37. When using roundabouts or traffic circles, you should, option A, slow down as you approach the circle. Option B, yield to any traffic, pedestrians, or bicyclists already in the circle. Option C, enter to the right, but steer left in a counterclockwise direction. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option B, yield to any traffic, pedestrians, or bicyclists already in the circle. Explanation. You should slow down as you approach a roundabout and yield to any vehicles, bicycles, or pedestrians already in the circle. Enter the circle to your right, but steer to your left so that you move around the circle in a counterclockwise direction. Question 38. When a truck driver behind you wants to pass your vehicle, option A, your speed should remain steady or decrease. Option B, you should stop. Option C, you should change lanes. Option D, your speed should increase. The correct answer is option D. Your speed should increase. Explanation. When a truck passes your vehicle, you will make it easier and safer for the truck driver if you reduce your speed slightly and then keep your reduced speed steady. In any event, do not increase your speed while the truck is passing you. Question 39. An intersection has no traffic signs or signals. You arrive at the same time as a vehicle to your right. You should, option A, speed up and get through the intersection. Option B, slow down and yield to the vehicle on your right. Option C, drive into the intersection and make the other vehicle stop. Option D, honk your horn and drive through the intersection. The correct answer is option B. Slow down and yield to the vehicle on your right. Explanation. When two vehicles arrive to an uncontrolled intersection at the same time, the vehicle on the right has the right-of-way. Once the vehicle on the right has safely passed through the intersection, the other driver may proceed. Question 40. You're driving in the right lane on an expressway. You should move into the left lane when option A. Traffic is heavy but moving steadily. Option B. The weather is bad and roads are slippery. Option C. Traffic is slow in your lane and cars are in the left lane. Option D. Traffic is light and cars are merging onto the expressway from the right. The correct answer is option C. Traffic is slow in your lane and cars are in the left lane. Explanation. You should always watch for merging vehicles when on an expressway. Adjusting your speed or moving into another lane will ensure that other drivers can enter smoothly and safely. Question 41. HOV lanes are reserved for option A. Vehicles with multiple passengers. Option B. Motorcycles. Option C. Government vehicles. Option D. Vehicles with one occupant. The correct answer is option D. Vehicles with one occupant. Explanation. HOV stands for high occupancy vehicles. HOV lanes are reserved for vehicles with more than one occupant. Signs indicate how many people must be in the vehicle, as well as the days and hours during which the restriction applies. Question 42. When entering traffic on an expressway during the skills test, you should option A. Check for traffic. Option B. Not use signals. Option C. Abruptly enter a lane of traffic. Option D. Cut off other drivers if needed. The correct answer is option A. Check for traffic. Explanation. During the on-road driving skills test, you may be asked to enter an expressway. Before doing so, you must check traffic, use proper signals, and merge smoothly into the proper lane. Question 43. As you are driving on a two-lane highway, you approach a school bus that is stopped with its red lights flashing. Option A. May pass if the way is clear. Option B. May pass if a pedestrian indicates that the way is clear. Option C. May not pass until the school bus driver turns off the flashing lights and continues driving. Option D. Must turn on your emergency flashers. The correct answer is option C. May not pass until the school bus driver turns off the flashing lights and continues driving. Explanation. Drivers are required to stop for a stopped school bus when driving on a two-lane road, regardless of which direction they are traveling. Question 44. A shared center lane on a two-way road, option A, is reserved for making left turns. Option B is reserved for U-turns where allowed. Option C can be used by vehicles traveling in both directions. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option A, is reserved for making left turns. Explanation. Shared center lanes on two-way roads are reserved for making left turns as well as U-turns, where U-turns are permitted. Shared lanes may be used by vehicles traveling in both directions on the road. Question 45. One of the penalties for driving under the influence of alcohol is option A, a 5-year driver license suspension. Option B, a $100 fine. Option C, required attendance at an alcohol highway safety school. Option D, a 12-hour sentence in jail. The correct answer is option C, required attendance at an alcohol highway safety school. Explanation. In addition to other penalties, attending an alcohol highway safety school will be required for first or second offenses at any level of impairment. Question 46. Which of the following statements is true? Option A. Signal at least 100 feet before changing lanes to pass and ensure there is no oncoming traffic. Option B. Use your mirrors and look over your left shoulder to check your blind spot when passing to the left. Option C. When passing, wait until you can see both headlights of the passed car in your rearview mirror before returning to your original lane. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is option C. When passing, wait until you can see both headlights of the passed car in your rearview mirror before returning to your original lane. Explanation. When passing, you must always signal at least 100 feet in advance of your lane change. Always check behind you in your mirrors and look over your shoulder to check your blind spot. Wait until you can see both headlights of the passed car in your rearview mirror before returning to your original lane. Question 47. The road surface often becomes especially slippery during the first half hour of rain because option A, dust and oil on the road have not yet washed away. Option B, tires have not yet absorbed the water. Option C, water tends to pool the most at the beginning of a rainfall. Option D, it rains hardest during that time. The correct answer is option A. Dust and oil on the road have not yet washed away. Explanation: road surfaces become especially slippery during the first half hour of rain because the dirt and oil on a road's surface will not have yet washed away. The combination of water with these materials forms a greasy film that tires cannot properly grasp. Question 48. When you press the brake pedal in a vehicle with SCAM brakes, air pressure pushes out the rod and moves the option A, slack adjuster. Option B, axle. Option C, brake drum. Option D, alcohol evaporator. The correct answer is option A, slack adjuster. Explanation: when pressing the brake pedal in a vehicle with SCAM brakes, air will enter the brake chambers. The added air pressure will push out the rods and move slack adjusters, twisting the brake camshafts. Question 49. The two indicators that determine when you should upshift are option A, engine speed and road speed. Option B, other trucks and road conditions. Option C, timing and road position. Option D, oil pressure and air brake pressure. The correct answer is option A, engine speed and road speed. Explanation: there are two indicators that determine when you need to shift into a higher gear. One indicator is the engine speed RPM. You should read your vehicle's manual to learn its RPM range and shift up when you reach the top of that range. The other indicator is road speed mph. You should learn which speeds each gear can accommodate, then keep an eye on the speedometer and shift up as needed. Question 50. To cross tracks that run parallel to your lane, you should option A, edge gradually across the tracks. Option B, cross the tracks at a 90-degree angle. Option C, move away from the tracks, turn, and cross at an angle of at least 45 degrees. Option D, wait for the tracks to end. The correct answer is option C. Move away from the tracks, turn, and cross at an angle of at least 45 degrees. Explanation: to safely cross trolley tracks, railroad tracks, ruts, or pavement seams running parallel to your lane, move to a lane position that will allow you to cross them at an angle of at least 45 degrees. Then, make a quick, sharp turn. If you try to edge across, the tracks are seen to catch your tires and throw you off balance. Question 51. If you fail the driving test 3 times, option A, the examiner will give you a driving skills examination report. Option B, you must send your examination report to the Department of Revenue. Option C, the Department of Revenue will require driver training. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option B. You must send your examination report to the Department of Revenue. Explanation: if you fail the driving test 3 times, no further tests will be allowed without written authorization from the Department of Revenue. The examiner will give you a form that you must send to the department. After you send the form to the department, you will receive a letter from the department requiring additional behind-the-wheel driver training. Question 52. As you enter an intersection, the traffic light turns yellow. You should, option A, stop and back up. Option B, accelerate. Option C, stop as quickly as possible. Option D, cautiously pass through the intersection. The correct answer is option A, stop and back up. Explanation: when a traffic light turns yellow, approaching drivers must slow down and stop. If you're already within the intersection or are so close to the intersection that you cannot stop safely, you may proceed through the intersection with extreme caution. Question 53. Under ideal driving conditions, a driver should maintain a minimum following distance of option A, 1 second. Option B, 2 seconds. Option C, 3 seconds. Option D, 10 seconds. The correct answer is option C, 3 seconds. Explanation: to help you maintain a safe following distance, you should follow the 3-second plus rule. If the vehicle in front of you passes an object 3 seconds before your vehicle reaches the same object, you are likely driving with a safe following distance. Extend your following distance anytime conditions are less than ideal. Question 54. If the tire goes flat while you are riding and you must stop, it is usually best to Option A. Relax on the handle grips. Option B. Shift your weight toward the good tire. Option C. Brake on the good tire and steer to the side of the road. Option D. Use both brakes and stop quickly. The correct answer is option C. Brake on the good tire and steer to the side of the road. Explanation: if one of your tires goes flat, hold both handle grips firmly, ease off of the throttle, and maintain a straight course. If you must brake, gradually apply the brake of the tire that is not flat if you are certain of which tire that is. As you slow down, edge to the side of the road, squeeze the clutch, and stop. Question 55. Unless otherwise posted, the speed limit in thickly settled areas and business districts is Option A, 10 miles per hour. Option B, 20 miles per hour. Option C, 30 miles per hour. Option D, 50 miles per hour. The correct answer is option C, 30 miles per hour. Explanation: unless posted otherwise, your speed is not reasonable and proper if you drive at speeds faster than 30 miles per hour in thickly settled areas or business districts. Drivers should use extra caution when driving in an area with an increased likelihood of pedestrians entering traffic. Question 56. When approaching a working snowplow, Option A. React the same as you would to any other motor vehicle. Option B. Assume they will allow you to have the right of way. Option C. Yield the right of way and exercise caution. Option D. Come to a complete stop until they are out of your line of sight. The correct answer is option C. Yield the right of way and exercise caution. Explanation: yield the right of way to snowplows engaged in work on the roads. Use extra caution in approaching, overtaking, or passing maintenance vehicles and snowplows. Because of their traveling speed and size, snowplows tend to create large clouds of blowing snow that conceal the plow, making it invisible. Question 57. An octagonal sign is always a Option A. Speed limit sign. Option B. Stop sign. Option C. A hospital sign. Option D. Railroad warning sign. The correct answer is option B. Stop sign. Explanation: octagonal signs are always stop signs. Come to a complete stop when approaching a red, 8-sided sign. Question 58. Be sure you are always driving so your vehicle can stop. Option A. Within 10 feet of your current position. Option B. Within 1,000 feet of your current position. Option C. Within your view of the road ahead. Option D. Immediately. The correct answer is option C. Within your view of the road ahead. Explanation: always be sure that you are driving in a manner that will allow your vehicle to come to a complete stop, if necessary, within the area of the road ahead that you are able to see. Question 59. When driving at a speed that is faster than 45 miles per hour, a driver should maintain a following distance of at least Option A, 4 seconds. Option B, 3 seconds. Option C, 2 seconds. Option D, 1 second. The correct answer is option A, 4 seconds. Explanation: it is important for a driver to maintain a space cushion around their vehicle at all times. When traveling under ideal driving conditions at a speed that is above 45 miles per hour, a driver should maintain a minimum following distance of 4 seconds. Question 60. As a pedestrian, you should, Option A, always insist on the right of way over a vehicle when using a crosswalk. Option B, never enter a street or crosswalk when vehicles are approaching. Option C, enter a crosswalk at any time because it is the vehicle driver's responsibility to stop. Option D, use crosswalks only if they are convenient. The correct answer is option B. Never enter a street or crosswalk when vehicles are approaching. Explanation: pedestrians should not enter a street or crosswalk when vehicles are approaching. Though pedestrians have the right of way in crosswalks, a vehicle approaching from a close distance may not have the time to stop before entering the crosswalk. Question 61. To correct a drive wheel braking skid, a driver should do all of the following except Option A, remove your foot from the brake pedal. Option B, turn quickly in the direction of the skid. Option C, countersteer after the vehicle is back on course. Option D, accelerate. The correct answer is option A. Remove your foot from the brake pedal. Explanation. To correct a drive wheel braking skid, you should first remove your foot from the brake pedal to allow the locked wheels to begin rolling again. Quickly steer in the direction you want to go, then countersteer to prevent your vehicle from skidding in the opposite direction. Question 62. Allowing a space cushion between your vehicle and its surroundings is important because it, option A, prevents distractions from other vehicles. Option B, allows you time to react to unexpected situations. Option C, keeps traffic flowing at a safe pace. Option D, keeps other drivers alert. The correct answer is option B, allows you time to react to unexpected situations. Explanation. The only way to be sure you will have enough time to react to mistakes made by other drivers is to leave plenty of space between you and the vehicles around you. Question 63. If an aggressive driver confronts you, you should not. Option A, challenge them. Option B, ignore their gestures. Option C, avoid making eye contact. Option D, try to get out of their way. The correct answer is option C, avoid making eye contact. Explanation. When confronted with an aggressive driver, your first priority should be to get out of their way. Do not provoke the driver by making eye contact, trying to race, or refusing to move out of your traffic lane. Additionally, ignore any gestures that are intended to provoke you. Question 64. If you stop along the road at night, option A, turn off all your lights. Option B, use your parking lights only. Option C, use your headlights only. Option D, turn on your emergency flashers and leave your low beams turned on. The correct answer is option D. Turn on your emergency flashers and leave your low beams turned on. Explanation. If you stop along the road at night, turn on your emergency flashers and leave your low beam headlights turned on. Be sure that other road users will be able to clearly see your vehicle. Question 65. Locking is used to, option A, prevent cargo from shifting in transit. Option B, prevent cargo from being loaded too high. Option C, prevent cargo from being unloaded too quickly. Option D, prevent cargo from being unloaded easily. The correct answer is option A, prevent cargo from shifting in transit. Explanation. Locking and bracing are used to prevent cargo from sliding in transit. Question 66. The height of a vehicle's center of gravity, option A, usually has no impact on the handling of the vehicle. Option B, plays a large role in a driver's ability to safely handle a vehicle. Option C, should not be a concern when loading the vehicle. Option D, should only be a concern if there are lots of hills on the planned route. The correct answer is option B, plays a large role in a driver's ability to safely handle a vehicle. Explanation. The height of a vehicle's center of gravity is very important to a driver's ability to safely handle the vehicle. Always distribute the weight of cargo as low as possible. Question 67 blank greatly increase stopping distances and severity of crashes. Option A, high speeds. Option B, slow speeds. Option C, night drives. Option D, uphill inclines. The correct answer is option A, high speeds. Explanation. High speeds greatly increase stopping distances and severity of crashes. The faster you drive, the greater the impact or striking power of your vehicle should you be involved in a collision. Question 68. Before you leave a parking space that is parallel to the curb, you should, option A, sound your horn. Option B, turn on your four-way flashers. Option C, look for traffic by turning your head. Option D, look for traffic by using only your inside rearview mirror. The correct answer is option C. Look for traffic by turning your head. Explanation. Before leaving a parking space to pull back into traffic, you should turn your head to look over your shoulder and check through the window for pedestrians, bicyclists, motorcyclists, and other vehicles that can become a hazard. Question 69. If you're driving near a motorcycle, you must, option A, allow the motorcycle to use a complete lane. Option B, drive on the shoulder beside the motorcycle. Option C, allow the motorcycle to use only half of a lane. Option D, pass using the same lane as the motorcycle. The correct answer is option A. Allow the motorcycle to use a complete lane. Explanation: a motorcycle is a full-size vehicle with the same privileges as any other vehicle on the roadway. You should allow a motorcyclist a full lane width, although it may seem as though there is enough room in the traffic lane for a larger vehicle and a motorcycle. Remember that the motorcycle needs room to maneuver safely. Question 70. Highway hypnosis is a driving condition that can result from option A, staring at the roadway for long periods of time. Option B, frequent rest stops. Option C, too much sleep the night before your trip. Option D, short trips on expressways. The correct answer is option A, staring at the roadway for long periods of time. Explanation: highway hypnosis happens when you stare straight ahead at the roadway for long periods of time and stop actively scanning ahead, behind, and around your vehicle. This can lead you to zone out, making you very likely to crash into traffic slowing or stopping ahead of you. Question 71. You can practice driving with a valid learner permit. Option A, between 12:01 a.m. and 5 a.m. Option B, between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Option C, between 5 a.m. and 11 p.m. Option D, anytime. The correct answer is option C, between 5 a.m. and 11 p.m. Explanation: a person with a valid learner permit may not drive between 11 o'clock p.m. and 5 o'clock a.m. Question 72. A steady yellow traffic signal means that a blank light will soon appear. Option A, flashing yellow. Option B, steady green. Option C, steady red. Option D, flashing red. The correct answer is option C, steady red. Explanation: a steady yellow light on a traffic signal indicates that a steady red light will soon appear. Question 73. A slow-moving vehicle emblem is required to be displayed on all vehicles that are designed to operate at a speed of blank or lower. Option A, 25 miles per hour. Option B, 35 miles per hour. Option C, 50 miles per hour. Option D, 70 miles per hour. The correct answer is option A, 25 miles per hour. Explanation: slow-moving vehicles are required to display slow-moving vehicle emblems. A vehicle is considered to be slow-moving if it is built to drive at speeds of 25 miles per hour or slower. Question 74. You are waiting to turn left at a multi-lane intersection and opposing traffic is blocking your view. You should: option A, accelerate rapidly when the first lane you need to cross is clear. Option B, wait until you can see all the lanes you need to cross before going ahead with your turn. Option C, wait for an oncoming driver to wave you across the intersection. Option D, edge your car into each lane of opposing traffic as soon as it clears. The correct answer is option B. Wait until you can see all the lanes you need to cross before going ahead with your turn. Explanation: you should never start a left turn until you can see that all the lanes you need to cross are clear and that you can safely make the turn. Question 75. You must not drive your vehicle at a speed greater than option A, the maximum speed limit. Option B, a speed that is faster than is reasonable and prudent. Option C, a speed that is safe for existing conditions. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option B, a speed that is faster than is reasonable and prudent. Explanation: you must not drive at a speed that is faster than is reasonable and prudent. You must drive at a speed that is appropriate for the area where you are driving, the type and condition of surrounding traffic, the presence of pedestrians, the weather, the quality of the road, and like conditions. You must drive within legal speed limits. Question 76. When driving in heavy traffic, you should: option A, use hands-free cellular devices. Option B, use your cell phone for texting instead of calling. Option C, not use your cell phone. Option D, turn up the ringer on your cell phone. The correct answer is option C, not use your cell phone. Explanation: areas with heavy traffic, road construction, large numbers of pedestrians, or severe weather demand extra attention from a driver. The driver should avoid all possible distractions while in such areas, including cell phone use. Question 77. What is traction? Option A, friction between the tires and road. Option B, how quickly tires rotate. Option C, the length of time it takes to brake. Option D, a fuel stop. The correct answer is option A, friction between the tires and road. Explanation: friction between the tires and the road is referred to as traction. Traction is necessary to steer or brake a vehicle. Question 788. What does this hand signal mean? Option A, slow or stop. Option B, left turn. Option C, right turn. Option D, backing up. The correct answer is option A, slow or stop. Explanation: instead of or in addition to mechanical turn signals, operators may use hand signals to indicate turns or stops. If an operator's left arm is bent at the elbow and pointing downward, it means the operator plans to slow down or stop. Question 79. When a two-way roadway has a shared center lane, you can, option A, use it to pass. Option B, use the lane as a regular driving lane during rush hour. Option C, drive in the lane as far as necessary, as long as you're turning left. Option D, drive in the lane for no more than 300 feet before turning left. The correct answer is option D, drive in the lane for no more than 300 feet before turning left. Explanation: a shared center lane may not be used for passing or for travel of further than 300 feet. Drivers should use these lanes to safely turn left from a multi-lane roadway. Question 80. When you need to stop in an emergency, you should: option A, lock the wheels and skid to a stop. Option B, stop in a way that keeps your vehicle in a straight line. Option C, stop in a way that turns your vehicle. Option D, expect your vehicle to slow down more quickly than usual. The correct answer is option B, stop in a way that keeps your vehicle in a straight line. Explanation: if you need to make an emergency stop, you can use either the controlled braking method or the stab braking method. It's important to brake in a way that keeps your vehicle traveling in a straight line while still allowing you to turn, if necessary. Question 81. If your front wheel begins to skid, you should: option A, not be worried. Option B, continue to brake using the front wheel. Option C, immediately release the front brake and reapply it. Option D, immediately release the front brake and use only the rear brake. The correct answer is option C, immediately release the front brake and reapply it. Explanation: a locked front wheel can be very dangerous. If your front wheel locks, release the front brake immediately and reapply it firmly. Question 82. What is black ice? Option A, a thick layer of ice on the road. Option B, a thin layer of ice on the road. Option C, ice that is black from debris on the road. Option D, ice that is easily seen. The correct answer is option C, ice that is black from debris on the road. Explanation: black ice is a thin layer of ice that is clear enough for the road surface to be seen through it. A road covered in black ice may look like it is merely wet. Question 83. A double solid yellow line down the center of a two-lane road indicates: option A, lanes are moving in opposite directions and drivers are not permitted to pass. Option B, lanes are moving in opposite directions and drivers are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. Option C, lanes are moving in the same direction and drivers are not permitted to pass. Option D, lanes are moving in the same direction and drivers are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. The correct answer is option A, lanes are moving in opposite directions and drivers are not permitted to pass. Explanation: yellow lines are used to separate traffic moving in opposite directions. Solid lines indicate that drivers are not permitted to pass. Question 84. You must stop at an intersection when you see option A, flashing red light. Option B, steady yellow light. Option C, yellow arrow. Option D, flashing yellow light. The correct answer is option A, flashing red light. Explanation: a flashing red traffic signal has the same meaning as a stop sign. At an intersection with a flashing red light, you must come to a complete stop, look both ways, and proceed only after the intersection is clear. Question 85. Where should a driver not pass another vehicle? Option A, on a curve in the roadway. Option B, at a railroad crossing. Option C, in an intersection. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option B, at a railroad crossing. Explanation: drivers should not pass one another at a railroad crossing, in an intersection, or on a curve or hill where the visibility is less than 500 feet. Drivers should only pass where it is legal and safe to do so. Question 86. Your ability to stop is affected by option A, signal lights, option B, other cars on the road, option C, the time of day, option D, the condition of the road. The correct answer is option D, the condition of the road. Explanation: your ability to stop is greatly affected by the condition of the road. You need to reduce your speed when road conditions are poor in order to maintain control of your vehicle. You will be at risk if you are driving too quickly on roads that are slippery and you need to stop. Question 87. Work zone signs mean option A, it is summer, option B, you must immediately stop and back up, option C, less than ideal conditions are present for driving, option D, you should drive faster to get out of the work zone. The correct answer is option D, you should drive faster to get out of the work zone. Explanation: work zone signs are orange and indicate that some type of work is being performed on or alongside the roadway. Be extremely careful when you see these signs. Question 88. A diamond-shaped sign, option A, warns of existing or possible hazards. Option B, alerts drivers to school zones. Option C, alerts drivers to public recreation areas. Option D, alerts drivers to upcoming food and gas locations. The correct answer is option A, warns of existing or possible hazards. Explanation: diamond-shaped signs warn drivers of existing or potential driving hazards. You will usually see these signs in yellow or orange. Question 89. When entering a highway from an entrance ramp, you should generally: option A, enter above the speed of traffic to get ahead. Option B, enter slowly to avoid other vehicles. Option C, stop first, then slowly enter traffic. Option D, accelerate to the speed of traffic. The correct answer is option D, accelerate to the speed of traffic. Explanation: entrance ramps for highways often have acceleration lanes. When merging with traffic from an acceleration lane, you should put your signal on, look for an opening in traffic, accelerate up to the speed of traffic, and merge into an opening in traffic. Question 90. If your trailer begins to drift off course while you are backing, you should: option A, continue trying to back up without stopping. Option B, turn the top of your steering wheel in the direction of the drift. Option C, turn the top of the steering wheel in the direction opposite of the drift. Option D, return the steering wheel to the 12 o'clock position. The correct answer is option B, turn the top of your steering wheel in the direction of the drift. Explanation: if your trailer begins to drift while you are backing, you should correct the drift immediately by turning the top of the steering wheel in the direction of the drift. Question 91. Under ideal driving conditions, you should maintain the following distance of at least: option A, 3 to 4 seconds. Option B, 2 seconds. Option C, 5 to 7 seconds. Option D, 10 seconds. The correct answer is option A, 3 to 4 seconds. Explanation: under ideal driving conditions, you should maintain the following distance of at least 3 to 4 seconds. If roads are slippery, your following distance should never be less than 4 seconds. Anytime conditions are less than perfect, you should increase your following distance. Question 92. Traffic signals sometimes display arrows to control turns from specific lanes. A solid red arrow, option A, is never used as a traffic signal. Option B has the same meaning as a circular red traffic light. Option C means that drivers may turn in the direction indicated by the arrow. Option D means that the traffic the arrow is pointing toward must stop. The correct answer is option D, means that the traffic the arrow is pointing toward must stop. Explanation: a solid red arrow in a traffic signal means the same thing as a circular red traffic light. When an arrow is red, traffic in the indicated lane must stop and may not turn in the direction that the arrow is pointing. Question 93. While driving, your wheels slip off the edge of the road. You should: option A, jerk the steering wheel to force the vehicle back onto the pavement. Option B, speed up and steer back onto the pavement gradually. Option C, slam on your brakes and stop. Option D, slow down by gently using the brakes. Turn the steering wheel to return to the pavement at a safe speed. The correct answer is option D, slow down by gently using the brakes. Turn the steering wheel to return to the pavement at a safe speed. Explanation: if your vehicle begins to leave the road, continue to drive with the wheels off the pavement and reduce your speed by gently applying the brakes. When at a safe speed, turn the steering wheel to return to the pavement. Do not attempt to force your vehicle back onto the pavement by sharply turning the steering wheel. Question 94. When meeting a car with blinding headlights, you should: Option A, use your bright headlight until the other vehicle dims theirs. Option B, look toward the right side of the road. Option C, flash your light on and off to warn the other driver. Option D, dim your light and speed up to pass quickly. The correct answer is option B, look toward the right side of the road. Explanation: if a vehicle is coming toward you with its high beams on, look away from the headlights and glance toward the right side of the road until the car has passed. This will keep you from being blinded. Question 95. Pentagonal signs indicate: Option A, no passing zones. Option B, school zones. Option C, speed limits. Option D, railroad crossings. The correct answer is option B, school zones. Explanation: pentagonal signs indicate that you are in a school zone. Be extra alert to children and pedestrians when driving near a school. Question 96. What should you do when confronted with an aggressive driver? Option A, make eye contact. Option B, try to stay in the other driver's way. Option C, ignore their gestures. Option D, have a conversation. The correct answer is option A, make eye contact. Explanation: if confronted by an aggressive driver, the most important thing for you to do is get out of their way. Avoid making eye contact, do not challenge them by increasing your speed, and do not let yourself be provoked by any angry gestures they direct toward you. Question 97. You may not pass other vehicles within blank of a bridge, viaduct, or tunnel. Option A, 200 feet. Option B, 100 feet. Option C, 500 feet. Option D, 350 feet. The correct answer is option B, 100 feet. Explanation: drivers may not pass other vehicles within 100 feet of a bridge, viaduct, tunnel, railroad crossing, or intersection. Drivers should only pass where they may legally and safely do so. Question 98. When traffic lights are horizontal instead of vertical, the red light is: Option A, on the right. Option B, in the middle. Option C, on the left. Option D, on a separate traffic signal. The correct answer is option A, on the right. Explanation: in some metropolitan areas, traffic lights are horizontal instead of vertical. On these signals, the red light is on the left, the yellow light is in the middle, and the green light is on the right. Question 99. Unless it is posted otherwise, the speed limit in a residential area is: Option A, 25 miles per hour. Option B, 20 miles per hour. Option C, 35 miles per hour. Option D, 15 miles per hour. The correct answer is option 25 miles per hour. Explanation: in a residential area, the speed limit is 25 miles per hour, unless otherwise posted. Question 100. A red traffic signal light means that you must: Option A, stop at the stop line. Option B, stop before entering any crosswalk. Option C, stop before entering the intersection. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option C, stop before entering the intersection. Explanation: a red traffic light means that you must stop before entering the intersection. You must at any stop line and before entering any crosswalk. Question 101. Before passing another vehicle, you should: Option A, flash your headlights to alert the driver. Option B, turn on your four-way flashers to warn the driver. Option C, give the proper turn signal to show that you are changing lanes. Option D, sound your horn to get the driver's attention. The correct answer is option C, give the proper turn signal to show that you are changing lanes. Explanation: Before passing, make sure the passing lane is clear and activate the proper turn signal to show you are going to change lanes. Signal early enough for other drivers to know your plans in advance. Question 102. When approaching a curve in the road, you should reduce your speed. Option A, only if you feel like it. Option B, if you feel unsafe. Option C, before you enter the curve. Option D, once you're halfway through the curve. The correct answer is option C, before you enter the curve. Explanation: always slow down near a curve or in any area where you cannot see clearly ahead. Reduce your speed before you enter a curve in the road so you do not have to brake in the curve. Braking in a curve can cause a skid. Question 103. The percentage of highway deaths caused by drunken persons is about. Option A, 10%. Option B, 25%. Option C, 38%. Option D, 67%. The correct answer is option C, 38%. Explanation: about 38% of all traffic fatalities involve alcohol. Question 104. A 5-ounce glass of wine contains the same amount of alcohol as option A, 1 pint of whiskey. Option B, a gallon of wine. Option C, a 6-pack of beer. Option D, 1 12-ounce can of beer. The correct answer is option D, 1 12-ounce can of beer. Explanation: it is important to remember that the average beer contains about the same amount of alcohol as the average drink of whiskey or wine. A 5-ounce glass of wine, 12% alcohol, a 12-ounce can or bottle of beer, and 1.5 ounces of 86 proof liquor all contain approximately the same amount of alcohol. A person's ability to drive will be equally impaired by the same amount of alcohol no matter what kind of alcoholic beverage they drink. Question 105. What does the tractor protection valve do? Option A, protects the tractor from being stolen. Option B, protects the tractor from exceeding a set speed. Option C, keeps air in the braking system should the trailer break away or develop a leak. Option D, ensures oil adequately lubricates the engine. The correct answer is option C, keeps air in the braking system should the trailer break away or develop a leak. Explanation: the tractor protection valve keeps air in the tractor or truck braking system should the trailer break away or develop a bad leak. Question 106. Which is not a factor in determining the distance that it takes to stop your vehicle? Option A, steering ability. Option B, braking distance. Option C, reaction distance. Option D, perception time. The correct answer is option B, braking distance. Explanation: the distance required to stop your vehicle depends on perception time, reaction distance, and braking distance. This changes with speed and road conditions. Question 107. When parallel parking, you should park within blank of the curb. Option A, 10 inches. Option B, 12 inches. Option C, 18 inches. Option D, 24 inches. The correct answer is option B, 12 inches. Explanation: when parallel parking your vehicle, your wheels should be parallel to and within 12 inches of the curb. Only park where you will not be disruptive to traffic and where other drivers can clearly see your vehicle from every direction. Question 108. Roads are most slippery right after it begins to rain because option A, the water mixes with oil and grease on the road. Option B, the roads are naturally slippery. Option C, the gravel gets washed to the middle of the lane. Option D, some tires are not designed for rain. The correct answer is option A. The water mixes with oil and grease on the road. Explanation: roads are particularly slippery when it first begins to rain. The water mixes with oil drippings on the road that have not yet washed away, creating a slippery and dangerous mixture. Question 109. Looking far ahead of your vehicle while driving is option A, discouraged, as there is little you can do about something further up the road. Option B, encouraged to help you identify hazards as early as possible. Option C, not allowed. Option D, only encouraged if you are transporting hazardous materials. The correct answer is option B, encouraged to help you identify hazards as early as possible. Explanation: good drivers look down the road at least 12 to 15 seconds ahead of their vehicles. This makes it possible to identify hazards early, when drivers are more likely to have time to respond appropriately. Question 110. When is it illegal to drive below the speed limit? Option A, when driving slowly disrupts the normal flow of traffic. Option B, when in heavy traffic in a construction zone. Option C, only when driving in rural areas. Option D, when driving under adverse weather conditions. The correct answer is option A, when driving slowly disrupts the normal flow of traffic. Explanation: it is illegal to drive so slowly that you disrupt the normal flow of traffic. You may receive a citation for driving too slowly. Question 111. A flashing red signal means option A, slow down. Option B, the same thing as a stop sign. Option C, caution, there may be danger. Option D, look both ways and then proceed. The correct answer is option B, the same thing as a stop sign. Explanation: like a stop sign, a red flashing light at an intersection means that you must come to a complete stop before entering the intersection. If you are facing a red flashing light at an intersection at which cross traffic is not required to stop, you may proceed only when the intersection is clear and when you will not interfere with the right-of-way of cross traffic. Question 112. When turning left, drivers must yield the right-of-way to option A, other drivers who are already in the intersection. Option B, oncoming traffic. Option C, pedestrians who are already in the intersection. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option A, other drivers who are already in the intersection. Explanation: when turning left, drivers must yield the right-of-way to oncoming traffic. Drivers must also always yield the right-of-way to pedestrians, bicyclists, and other drivers who are already in the intersection. Question 113. Do not make a U-turn unless you can be seen from both directions for at least option A, 100 feet, option B, 200 feet, option C, 300 feet, option D, 500 feet. The correct answer is option D, 500 feet. Explanation: never make a U-turn where you cannot see or be seen for at least 500 feet in both directions. Locations where you should not make a U-turn include near the top of a hill and within a curve. Question 114. When checking the engine compartment, option A, the parking brake should not be engaged. Option B, wheels should be chopped. Option C, the engine should be running. Option D, the gear shift should be in first gear. The correct answer is option C, the engine should be running. Explanation: before inspecting the engine compartment, make sure that the parking brakes are on or the wheels are chopped. Check the engine compartment before entering the cab and starting the engine. Question 115. When approaching a steady green traffic light, drivers should, option A, continue driving unless there are vehicles or pedestrians already in the intersection. Option B, stop if a police officer is nearby. Option C, treat the intersection like a four-way stop. Option D, come to a complete stop before proceeding. The correct answer is option A, continue driving unless there are vehicles or pedestrians already in the intersection. Explanation: when approaching an intersection with a steady green traffic light, yield to pedestrians in the crosswalk and vehicles still in the intersection. You may continue driving, but should approach the intersection at a speed that will allow you to slow down and stop if the light changes before you get there. Question 116. When driving on packed snow, you should reduce your speed. Option A, by at least 1/2. Option B, by about 1/3. Option C, by about 1/4. Option D, by about 1/8. The correct answer is option A, by at least 1/2. Explanation: when driving on packed snow, you should reduce your speed by 1/2 or more. It can be difficult to stop or turn when operating on a slippery surface, so you must adjust your speed to drive safely under such conditions. Question 117. Slower moving traffic on a multi-lane highway should: option A, drive in the right lane. Option B, drive in any lane. Option C, drive in the left lane. Option D, drive in the lane with the least amount of traffic. The correct answer is option D, drive in the lane with the least amount of traffic. Explanation: if you are driving more slowly than surrounding traffic on a multi-lane road, use the right lane. The left-hand lane is intended for use by faster-moving traffic that is passing slower-moving traffic. Question 118. When driving on wet roads, you should, option A, increase your following distance to 5 or 6 seconds. Option B, decrease your following distance to 2 seconds. Option C, not be concerned about your following distance. Option D, maintain the 4-second following distance rule. The correct answer is option A. Increase your following distance to 5 or 6 seconds. Explanation. When roads become wet, you should increase your following distance to 5 or 6 seconds. Question 109. Regulatory signs are usually blank and should always be obeyed. Option A, white. Option B, blue. Option C, green. Option D, orange. The correct answer is option A. White. Explanation. Regulatory signs regulate the movement of traffic. They are usually white with black markings and must always be obeyed by motorists. Question 120. When is it permissible to text while driving? Option A, at any time when the driver is under age 18. Option B, at any time when the driver is age 18 or older. Option C, if the driver can send a text without looking at their phone. Option D, only in emergencies. The correct answer is option C, if the driver can send a text without looking at their phone. Explanation. Drivers may not use a cell or mobile telephone for text messaging while driving unless it is in an emergency. Looking away from the road for any amount of time increases the possibility of a collision. Question 121. When backing, a helper, option A, should be used whenever possible. Option B, often adds to the confusion of backing. Option C, should only be used if the driver is not feeling confident. Option D, would likely get in the way. The correct answer is option A, should be used whenever possible. Explanation. Backing up is always dangerous because you cannot see everything behind your vehicle. Whenever possible, use a helper who can monitor your blind spots. Question 122. When inspecting the exhaust system for defects, which of the following should be fixed? Option A, missing mounting brackets or clamps. Option B, a broken exhaust pipe, muffler, or tailpipe. Option C, leaking exhaust system parts. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option C, leaking exhaust system parts. Explanation. Exhaust system defects can be extremely serious because they may make it possible for poisonous fumes to enter into the cab or sleeper berth. Issues to check for in a pre-trip inspection include loose, broken, or missing exhaust pipes, mufflers, tailpipes, vertical stacks, mounting brackets, clamps, bolts or nuts, exhaust system parts that are rubbing against fuel system parts, tires, or other moving parts of the vehicle, and exhaust system parts that are leaking. Question 123. When approaching a yield sign, you, option A, have the right-of-way. Option B, must slow down and prepare to come to a complete stop. Option C, must come to a complete stop, even if there are no other vehicles or pedestrians nearby. Option D, should turn around. The correct answer is option B, must slow down and prepare to come to a complete stop. Explanation. You must slow down as you approach an intersection controlled by yield sign. Yield the right-of-way to pedestrians and traffic by coming to a complete stop, if necessary. If it is safe to do so, you may proceed past a yield sign without first coming to a complete stop. Question 124. If using air tanks with manually operated drains, how often should you drain the tanks? Option A, every day. Option B, once a week. Option C, once a month. Option D, once every 3,000 miles. The correct answer is option A, every day. Explanation. To prevent the buildup of oil and water in a vehicle's air tanks, manually operated air tank drains should be used at the end of each day of driving. Question 125. A single broken yellow line down the center of a two-lane road indicates that option A, lanes are moving in opposite directions and operators are not permitted to pass. Option B, lanes are moving in opposite directions and operators are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. Option C, lanes are moving in the same direction and operators are not permitted to pass. Option D. Lanes are moving in the same direction and operators are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. The correct answer is option B. Lanes are moving in opposite directions and operators are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. Explanation. Yellow lines are used to separate traffic moving in opposite directions. Dashed lines indicate that operators directly next to the line are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. Question 126. A license will be suspended if a driver, option A, refuses to submit to a chemical test. Option B, drives 10 miles per hour over the speed limit. Option C, honks their horn in a residential area after midnight. Option D, does not turn off their high beam lights around another vehicle. The correct answer is option A, refuses to submit to a chemical test. Explanation. By operating a vehicle on Missouri roadways, a driver automatically consents to taking a chemical test to determine their blood alcohol concentration BAC when requested by an officer. If a driver refuses the test, their license will be suspended for 1 year. Question 127. If you are involved in an accident and the accident scene is not readily visible to oncoming traffic, you should, option A, have someone warn approaching traffic. Option B, let oncoming traffic watch out for themselves. Option C, let the police handle everything. Option D, assume other drivers will have heard the crash. The correct answer is option A, have someone warn approaching traffic. Explanation. If you are involved in an accident and the accident scene is not readily visible to oncoming traffic, you should warn oncoming traffic. Have someone warn approaching drivers to prevent further damage. Keep a flashlight and flares in your vehicle for emergency use. Question 128. Escape ramps are option A, ramps to exit the interstate quickly. Option B, ramps connecting four-lane highways and two-lane highways. Option C, ramps that can be used by stop runaway vehicles on steep downhills. Option D, ramps that cannot be used by automobiles. The correct answer is option C, ramps that can be used by stop runaway vehicles on steep downhills. Explanation. Escape ramps are constructed in areas with steep downgrades to allow a means of safely stopping runaway vehicles. They consist of a long bed of loose, soft material and sometimes an uphill slope. Question 129. If not otherwise prohibited by a sign, a driver stopped at a solid red traffic light made. Option A, turn right after yielding to other traffic and pedestrians. Option B, never turn right. Option C, turn right at any time. Option D, turn right only after sounding their horn. The correct answer is option A, turn right after yielding to other traffic and pedestrians. Explanation. After stopping at an intersection with a solid red traffic light, you may turn right unless a sign prohibits such movement. You must yield to all pedestrians and all vehicles before making such a turn. Question 130. When approaching a traffic signal displaying a steady yellow arrow, drivers, option A, should merge into a lane in the direction of the arrow. Option B, should slow to a stop, if it is safe to do so. Option C, may turn left after yielding to oncoming traffic and pedestrians. Option D, to the right of way and may expect oncoming traffic to stop for them. The correct answer is option A, should merge into a lane in the direction of the arrow. Explanation. A steady yellow arrow indicates that a red arrow is about to appear. Stop unless you are already within the intersection. Question 131. What does a traffic signal displaying a solid red arrow mean? Option A, stop and proceed when it is safe to do so. Option B, stop and do not turn in the direction indicated by the arrow until the arrow turns green. Option C, turn slowly in the direction indicated by the arrow. Option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option B, stop and do not turn in the direction indicated by the arrow until the arrow turns green. Explanation. Do not turn in the direction indicated by a solid red arrow. Come to a complete stop before entering the intersection. Do not proceed with a turn until the arrow changes to green or flashing yellow. Question 132. Drive below the posted speed limit when option A, you see a police car. Option B, driving on a highway where there are other cars. Option C, Anything makes conditions less than perfect. Option D, you're on a four-lane road. The correct answer is option C. Anything makes conditions less than perfect. Explanation: it is dangerous to drive at a speed too fast for conditions, regardless of the posted speed limit. Anytime conditions are less than perfect, you should adjust your speed and following distance. Question 133. You should signal to turn blank before beginning your turn. Option A, 20 feet. Option B, 50 feet. Option C, 100 feet. Option D, 300 feet. The correct answer is option C, 100 feet. Explanation: when you wish to change lanes or make a turn, signal to inform other motorists of your intention. Signals should be activated at least 100 feet before you make the turn. Continue signaling until you have completed the turn or lane change. Question 134. A single broken white line down the center of a two-lane road indicates that option A, lanes are moving in opposite directions and operators are not permitted to pass. Option B, lanes are moving in opposite directions and operators are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. Option C, lanes are moving in the same direction and operators are not permitted to pass. Option D, lanes are moving in the same direction and operators are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. The correct answer is option D. Lanes are moving in the same direction and operators are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. Explanation: white lines are used to separate traffic moving in the same direction. Dashed lines indicate that operators directly next to the line are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. Question 135. A properly adjusted flat mirror should allow the driver to see option A, the rear tires touching the ground. Option B, the front tires touching the ground. Option C, only the roadway and no parts of the bus. Option D, the front bumper. The correct answer is option C, only the roadway and no parts of the bus. Explanation: properly adjusted flat mirrors on a school bus should allow the driver to see 200 feet behind the bus, the base of each rear wheel, and the sides of the bus. Question 136. A yellow light that flashes on and off means option A, stop and look for other vehicles, then go if there is no traffic. Option B, stop and wait for a green light. Option C, speed up to clear the intersection quickly. Option D, slow down and proceed with caution. The correct answer is option D, slow down and proceed with caution. Explanation: a flashing yellow traffic light means drivers should slow down and proceed with caution. Question 137. If an aggressive driver cuts you off, you should option A, call the police immediately. Option B, stay calm and move out of the aggressive driver's way. Option C, flash your vehicle's lights to let the aggressive driver know he is wrong. Option D, use a driving action of your own to get back at the aggressive driver. The correct answer is option B, stay calm and move out of the aggressive driver's way. Explanation: if an aggressive driver cuts you off on the roadway, stay calm and get out of their way. Trying to get even with an aggressive driver risks escalating the situation and increasing the danger. Question 138. Which vehicles must stop at all railroad crossings? Option A, pickup trucks. Option B, school buses and occupied passenger buses. Option C, motorcycles. Option D, vehicles towing a trailer. The correct answer is option B, school buses and occupied passenger buses. Explanation: school buses with or without passengers, transit buses with passengers on board, and vehicles carrying explosives or flammable cargo must stop at all railroad crossings. Question 139. When driving in bad weather, drivers should option A, increase their speed to reach their final destination more quickly. Option B, decrease their following distance. Option C, increase their following distance. Option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option C, increase their following distance. Explanation: when driving on wet roads, drivers should increase their following distance. Question 140. When you are being passed from behind, you should option A, ride in the center portion of the lane. Option B, ride in the left portion of the lane. Option C, Ride in the right portion of the lane. Option D, ride in any portion of the lane. The correct answer is option A, ride in the center portion of the lane. Explanation: when you are being passed from behind, stay in the center portion of your lane. This will discourage the other driver from re-entering your lane before it is safe. Question 141. When approaching a curve during the on-road driving test, you must do all of the following, except it. Option A, check traffic thoroughly in all directions. Option B, reduce your speed before entering the curve. Option C, keep your vehicle in its lane. Option D, steadily use the brakes throughout the curve. The correct answer is option C, keep your vehicle in its lane. Explanation: when approaching a curve during the on-road driving test, you should thoroughly check traffic in all directions. Before entering the curve, reduce your speed sufficiently so that further braking or shifting is not required. Keep your vehicle in its lane and continue checking traffic in all directions. Question 142. At an intersection, a signal showing a green arrow and a red light means: Option A, you may safely turn in the direction of the arrow. Option B, stop, then proceed straight through the intersection. Option C, stop, even if turning in the direction of the green arrow. Option D, all traffic must turn in the direction of the arrow. The correct answer is option A. You may safely turn in the direction of the arrow. Explanation: a green arrow means that you can safely turn in the direction of the arrow. If other vehicles or pedestrians are already in the intersection, you must yield the right-of-way before turning. Question 143. The most important thing to remember when backing a car is to: Option A, look carefully behind your vehicle and yield to other vehicles and pedestrians. Option B, keep one foot on the brake while backing. Option C, only rely on the rearview mirror while backing. Option D, keep both hands on the steering wheel. The correct answer is option A. Look carefully behind your vehicle and yield to other vehicles and pedestrians. Explanation: before backing up, you should turn to look directly through the rear window to check for hazards. Do not rely only on your mirrors. You should look left and right and yield to any vehicles, bicyclists, or pedestrians. Question 144. Where should you never make a U-turn? Option A, at the crest of a hill. Option B, near a curve. Option C, where drivers cannot see you for 500 feet in both directions. Option D, any of the above. The correct answer is option A, at the crest of a hill. Explanation: do not make a U-turn at the crest of a hill, near a curve, or in a place where you or other drivers cannot see 500 feet away. You should only make a U-turn when it is safe to do so. Question 145. When testing a parking brake, the vehicle should: Option A, not be running. Option B, be placed in a low gear while the driver attempts to pull forward. Option C, be inspected by a professional mechanic. Option D, be driven while the parking brake is applied. The correct answer is option D, be driven while the parking brake is applied. Explanation: to test a parking brake, you should fasten your safety belt, set the parking brake for the power unit, release the trailer parking brake, if applicable, place the vehicle in low gear, and attempt to pull forward against the parking brake. If the parking brake does not hold, while you are attempting to pull forward against it, the brake is faulty and must be fixed. Question 146. While driving, spring brakes are generally held in place by: Option A, air pressure. Option B, chocks. Option C, foundation brakes. Option D, sturdy ties. The correct answer is option A, air pressure. Explanation: while driving, spring brakes are generally held in place by air pressure. If the air pressure gets low enough, the springs will activate the brakes. Question 147. If two vehicles arrive to an uncontrolled intersection at the same time: Option A, the largest vehicle has the right-of-way. Option B, the car on the left has the right-of-way. Option C, the car on the left shall yield to the car on the right. Option D, the car on the right shall yield to the car on the left. The correct answer is option C, the car on the left shall yield to the car on the right. Explanation: if two vehicles arrive at the same time to an uncontrolled intersection, the driver on the left must yield to the driver on the right. The driver on the left may then proceed when it is safe to do so. Question 148. People driving under the influence of alcohol are: option A, not a problem in New York State. Option B, every driver's problem. Option C, a police enforcement problem only. Option D, only a problem to those who drink. The correct answer is option B, every driver's problem. Explanation: every impaired or intoxicated driver is dangerous both to themselves and to others on the road. Question 149. When they illegally ride around or under a lowered railroad crossing gate, option A, when you can see clearly in both directions. Option B, never. Option C, when the warning lights are not flashing. Option D, when you do not see a train coming. The correct answer is option A, when you can see clearly in both directions. Explanation: if you come to a railroad crossing controlled by lowered gates or flashing lights, you must stop. Do not go around or under any lowered gate at a railroad crossing. Once the gate is raised, do not proceed across the tracks until you can see clearly in both directions and are sure there are no trains coming. Question 150. When approaching a roundabout, you should always: option A, increase your speed. Option B, maintain your speed. Option C, decrease your speed. Option D, come to a complete stop. The correct answer is option D, come to a complete stop. Explanation: when approaching a roundabout, slow down. A roundabout is designed to be driven at a low speed. If there are no other vehicles or pedestrians already within the roundabout, you may not need to come to a complete stop before entering. Question 151. Blank. Limit your concentration, perception, judgment, and memory. Option A, only a blood alcohol level greater than the legal limit can. Option B, alcohol does not. Option C, even the smallest amount of alcohol can. Option D, only a blood alcohol level greater than 0.05% can. The correct answer is option C, even the smallest amount of alcohol can. Explanation: even the smallest amount of alcohol will reduce your concentration, perception, judgment, and memory, and your driving skills will suffer. No one can drink and drive safely. Question 152. Stop lines are solid white lines painted across traffic lanes. Option A, in curves and on hills. Option B, next to churches and schools. Option C, at intersections and pedestrian crosswalks. Option D, on freeway on-ramps. The correct answer is option C, at intersections and pedestrian crosswalks. Explanation: stop lines are solid white lines painted across traffic lanes at intersections and pedestrian crosswalks. They indicate the exact location at which approaching drivers must stop. Question 153. How can you lower the risk of hydroplaning? Option A, do not speed when the roads are wet. Option B, use tires with proper air pressure. Option C, replace tires with bad tread. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option C, replace tires with bad tread. Explanation: hydroplaning happens when a vehicle glides on top of a thin layer of water between its tires and the road. Tires with low air pressure or bad tread can increase the risk of hydroplaning. Speeding also increases the risk. Question 154. Rough acceleration. Option A is a good way to stay awake on long trips. Option B is distracting. Option C can cause mechanical damage. Option D should be used to prevent rust from forming. The correct answer is option C, can cause mechanical damage. Explanation: always accelerate smoothly and gradually so that your vehicle does not jerk. Rough acceleration can cause mechanical damage. Question 155. Which of the following statements is true? Option A, a sudden change in weather calls for a change in driving. Option B, you should slow down when driving in rain and fog. Option C, be particularly aware of vehicles coming up behind you in inclement weather. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option B. You should slow down when driving in rain and fog. Explanation: if the weather changes suddenly, you will need to adjust your driving to adapt. Always slow down when driving in rainy or foggy conditions. Be especially aware of vehicles behind you that may be going too fast for conditions. Question 156. At night, it is hardest to see. Option A, road signs. Option B, pedestrians. Option C, other motorists. Option D, street lights. The correct answer is option B, pedestrians. Explanation: compared to signs and other roadside objects, pedestrians are hardest to see at night. Question 157. You do not need to stop your vehicle for a frozen dessert truck when option A, it shows flashing red lights. Option B, it shows a stop signal arm. Option C, a person is crossing the roadway to or from the frozen dessert truck. Option D, driving on a dual highway if you're on the opposite side of a safety island or median. The correct answer is option D, driving on a dual highway if you're on the opposite side of a safety island or median. Explanation: if an ice cream or frozen dessert truck is flashing its red lights and posting a stop signal arm, you must stop and drive past at no more than 15 miles per hour, unless you are driving on a dual highway on the opposite side of a safety island or raised median. Question 158. Convex mirrors. Option A, cannot be used on vehicles transporting hazardous materials. Option B, can replace flat mirrors. Option C, can help a driver see a large area. Option D, are illegal in most states. The correct answer is option B, can replace flat mirrors. Explanation: convex mirrors are curved to provide drivers with wider views of the road than can be provided by flat mirrors. However, convex mirrors also make objects appear to be smaller and farther away than they really are. Question 159. When approaching railroad tracks, you should: option A, look, listen, slow down, and be prepared to stop. Option B, speed up to cross the tracks before the gate is lowered. Option C, try to drive around a lowered gate. Option D, not pay attention to how many tracks there are to cross. The correct answer is option A, look, listen, slow down, and be prepared to stop. Explanation: when approaching railroad tracks, you should look, listen, slow down, and be prepared to stop for trains or other vehicles that may be using the rails. Question 160. If pedestrian hybrid beacon signal lights are black, it means option A, drivers may proceed with caution. Option B, drivers should slow down and prepare to stop. Option C, drivers should come to a complete stop. Option D, there are no pedestrians nearby. The correct answer is option A, drivers may proceed with caution. Explanation: pedestrian hybrid beacons are used at pedestrian crossings. If the lights on the signal turn black, drivers should proceed past the crosswalk with caution. Question 161. What do headers do? Option A, protect the driver during a crash. Option B, provide a place for storage. Option C, ensure that controls are accessible. Option D, act as wing guards. The correct answer is option A, protect the driver during a crash. Explanation: front-end header boards protect the driver from the forward motion of their cargo in the event of a crash or emergency stop. Question 162. A vehicle stopped at a green light may indicate that the driver, option A, is impaired. Option B, is colorblind. Option C, does not know the rules of the road. Option D, is very patient. The correct answer is option A, is impaired. Explanation: it is important to observe other drivers' actions and identify clues that a person could be driving impaired. Drivers who have had too much to drink, are sleepy, are on drugs, or are ill can present hazards to other drivers. One sign that a driver may be impaired is that they stop in inappropriate places, such as a green traffic lights. Question 163. When parking uphill next to a curb, set the parking brake in it. Option A, keep the rear tires against the curb. Option B, keep the front tires straight ahead. Option C, turn your steering wheel away from the curb. Option D, turn your steering wheel toward the curb. The correct answer is option C, turn your steering wheel away from the curb. Explanation: when parking facing uphill on a street that has a curb, set your parking brake and turn your steering wheel away from the curb. This way, if your vehicle starts to roll, it will roll into the curb. Question 164. What causes the crack the whip effect? Option A, rearward amplification. Option B, bad tires. Option C, empty trailers. Option D, good driving. The correct answer is option A, rearward amplification. Explanation: vehicles with trailers are vulnerable to rollover due to the crack-the-whip effect, which is caused by rearward amplification. Rearward amplification varies from vehicle to vehicle, so it is important that drivers are aware of the rearward amplification of their specific vehicles. Question 165. Before entering a roundabout, you must slow down and yield to option A, vehicles in the roundabout. Option B, bicyclists in the roundabout. Option C, pedestrians in the roundabout. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option A, vehicles in the roundabout. Explanation: when entering a roundabout, you must yield to pedestrians, bicyclists, and vehicles that are already in the roundabout. Question 166. Using an anti-lock braking system, ABS, option A, shortens stopping distance. Option B, shortens brake response time. Option C, provides less control. Option D, provides more control. The correct answer is option C, provides less control. Explanation: an anti-lock braking system, ABS, helps prevent wheel lockup during hard braking. While it provides better control, it does not necessarily shorten a vehicle's stopping distance. Question 167. You want to turn left at an intersection. The light is green but oncoming traffic is heavy. You should: option A, use the next intersection. Option B, wait at the crosswalk for traffic to clear. Option C, wait in the center of the intersection for traffic to clear. Option D, take the right-of-way since you have a green light. The correct answer is option C, wait in the center of the intersection for traffic to clear. Explanation: when making a left turn where there is approaching traffic, you must wait for the approaching traffic to go through before you turn. You may enter the intersection to prepare for your left turn if the light is green and no other vehicle ahead of you plans to make a left turn. Question 168. Which of the following is not a good safety tip? Option A, slow to a safe speed before turning. Option B, when turning, lean in the direction you wish to go. Option C, avoid dragging your feet on the roadway. Option D, avoid looking at other vehicles. The correct answer is option A, slow to a safe speed before turning. Explanation: slow to a safe speed before beginning a turn and lean in the direction of the turn. Don't drag your feet on the roadway, as you could lose control if they catch on something. Always scan the roadway for other traffic. Question 169. When entering traffic from a private driveway, option A, you must yield to vehicles already on the main road. Option B, you have the right-of-way over other traffic. Option C, enter only if there is a traffic light. Option D, have someone stop the traffic on the road you're entering. The correct answer is option A, you must yield to vehicles already on the main road. Explanation: drivers entering a road from a driveway, alley, parking lot, or roadside must yield to vehicles already on the main road. Question 170. While backing, you should: option A, rely only on your mirrors. Option B, flash your lights. Option C, open your door to see if it is safe to proceed. Option D, turn your head and look through the rear window. The correct answer is option D, turn your head and look through the rear window. Explanation: when intending to back up, always check behind your vehicle before getting in. Children and small objects are difficult to see from the driver's seat. While backing, turn your head so you can see through the rear window. Do not depend only on your mirrors or sensors. Question 171. The driver's left arm and hand are extended upward. This hand signal means that the driver plans to: option A, turn left. Option B, turn right. Option C, come to a stop. Option D, go straight ahead. The correct answer is option B, turn right. Explanation: if a driver's left arm and hand are extended upward, they are indicating that they intend to turn right. Adjust your driving accordingly if following a driver who is using this hand signal. Question 172. When approaching a railroad crossing, option A, you will likely be able to outdrive a train. Option B, You should not rely only on warning signals. Option C. You should roll a window down to listen for an approaching train. Option D. You should only worry about the track closest to your vehicle. The correct answer is option B. You should not rely only on warning signals. Explanation: you should never rely only on warning signals to alert you to an approaching train. Never try to race a train to a crossing. If there are multiple tracks at a crossing, be sure to check all tracks in both directions before starting to cross. Question 173. When turning onto a one-way street, drivers should: Option A. Always turn into the right lane. Option B. Always turn into the left lane. Option C. Turn into the lane that will interfere the most with traffic. Option D. Turn into the lane that will interfere the least with traffic. The correct answer is option C. Turn into the lane that will interfere the most with traffic. Explanation: if you are turning onto a one-way street, enter into the lane that interferes the least with other traffic. Do not make a dangerous turn into traffic. Question 174. When the driver behind you wants to pass, you should: Option A. Speed up. Option B. Go the same speed. Option C. Slow down to allow room in front of your vehicle for the other driver to complete the pass easily. Option D. Change lanes. The correct answer is option C. Slow down to allow room in front of your vehicle for the other driver to complete the pass easily. Explanation: when the driver behind you wants to pass, you should slow down so that there is enough room in front of your vehicle for the other driver to complete their pass. This will allow them to complete the passing maneuver in less time and more easily. Question 175. You must stop at a railroad crossing when: Option A. Directed to do so by a flagger. Option B. It is controlled by a stop sign. Option C. Flashing red signals and gates are present and operating. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is option A. Directed to do so by a flagger. Explanation: you must stop at a railroad crossing when directed to do so by a flagger or stop sign. Stop when flashing red signals and gates are present and operating. Question 176. If your vehicle is equipped with airbags, you should: Option A. Move your seat back so that you're at least 10 inches from the steering wheel. Option B. Buckle up. Option C. Tilt the steering wheel downward, if possible, so the airbag points toward your chest instead of your head or neck. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is option A. Move your seat back so that you are at least 10 inches from the steering wheel. Explanation: if your vehicle is equipped with airbags, you should still buckle up and make sure that your passengers do the same. You should move your seat back so that you are at least 10 inches from the steering wheel. If possible, tilt the wheel downward so that it points toward your chest instead of toward your head and neck. Question 177. By law, your vehicle's headlights must be turned on from: Option A. 1 hour after sunset until 1 hour before sunrise. Option B. 1 hour before sunset until 1 hour after sunrise. Option C. 30 minutes after sunset until 30 minutes before sunrise. Option D. 30 minutes before sunset until 30 minutes after sunrise. The correct answer is option A. 1 hour after sunset until 1 hour before sunrise. Explanation: by law, your vehicle's headlights must be turned on from a half hour after sunset until a half hour before sunrise. Question 178. How often should drivers check their mirrors for traffic behind them? Option A. Every 45 seconds. Option B. Every 20 seconds. Option C. Every 10 seconds. Option D. Every 6 to 8 seconds. The correct answer is option D. Every 6 to 8 seconds. Explanation: check your mirrors for traffic behind you every 6 to 8 seconds. It is important to know if someone is following your vehicle too closely or coming up too fast. It is also important to know how much space you have behind your car. Question 179. In a parking space reserved for people with disabilities, a driver with no disabled person on board: Option A. May park in an emergency. Option B. May not park, but may stop in an emergency. Option C. May not park or stop, but may stand in an emergency. Option D. May not park, stop, or stand. The correct answer is option D. May not park, stop, or stand. Explanation: it is illegal to stop, stand, or park in a space reserved for disabled persons unless the vehicle has plates or a permit for such spaces and the person who is named on the plates or permit is in the vehicle. Question 180. You are approaching a railroad crossing that has no visible gates or flashing lights but has a standard crossbuck. You should, option A, approach all tracks with extreme caution and cross only when you know that there is no train coming. Option B, turn your radio down to hear if there may be an approaching train. Option C, only continue once cleared to do so by a flagger, if applicable. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option A. Approach all tracks with extreme caution and cross only when you know that there is no train coming. Explanation: you must approach all railroad crossings with extreme caution and cross only when you know that no train is coming from either direction. If there is a flagger at a crossing, you must obey all of their instructions. Question 181. Low beam headlights are effective for vehicles driving at speeds of up to option A, 10 miles per hour. Option B, 25 miles per hour. Option C, 50 miles per hour. Option D, 70 miles per hour. The correct answer is option B, 25 miles per hour. Explanation: low beam headlamps are only effective when driving at speeds of up to 20 to 25 miles per hour. Avoid driving too fast for what you can see within your headlamps. Question 182. Vehicle stopping distances never depend on option A, your own reaction time. Option B, the time of day. Option C, the condition of your vehicle's brakes. Option D, the condition and type of your vehicle's tires. The correct answer is option D, the condition and type of your vehicle's tires. Explanation: the distance that a vehicle needs to stop depends on the motorist's reaction time, weather and visibility conditions, the vehicle's weight, the conditions of the vehicle's brakes, the condition and type of the vehicle's tires, roadway conditions, and speed. Question 183. When making a right turn, you should not option A, signal to other drivers. Option B, swing too wide for your lane. Option C, slow down. Option D, move to the far right lane. The correct answer is option C, slow down. Explanation: you should slow down and activate your right turn signal before making a right turn. Be careful not to turn too wide for your lane, as this may interfere with other vehicles. Question 184. You may turn right on red. Option A, when there is a sign prohibiting turning right on red. Option B, before pedestrians have crossed any intersecting crosswalks. Option C, before coming to a complete stop. Option D, after coming to a complete stop and yielding to pedestrians and vehicles in the intersection. The correct answer is option A, when there is a sign prohibiting turning right on red. Explanation: if you are turning right, you may turn on a red light after coming to a full stop. You may only turn if it is safe to do so and if there is no sign prohibiting the turn on a red light. Be careful of pedestrians crossing in front of your vehicle. Question 185. Unless otherwise posted, the speed limit is blank on streets and highways. Option A, 70 miles per hour. Option B, 55 miles per hour. Option C, 45 miles per hour. Option D, 30 miles per hour. The correct answer is option B, 55 miles per hour. Explanation: unless otherwise posted, the speed limit on streets and highways is 55 miles per hour. If a posted sign indicates otherwise, follow the speed limit on the posted sign. Question 186. You may not park within blank of a railroad crossing. Option A, 100 feet. Option B, 75 feet. Option C, 50 feet. Option D, 150 feet. The correct answer is option C, 50 feet. Explanation: drivers should never park within 50 feet of a railroad crossing. Drivers should only park where it is legal to do so and where drivers from both directions can clearly see the stopped vehicle. Question 187. The trailer hand valve should be used to option A, to accelerate in rural areas. Option B, only to test the trailer brakes. Option C, together with a brake pedal. Option D, on slippery surfaces. The correct answer is option B, only to test the trailer brakes. Explanation: the trailer hand valve, also called the trolley valve or Johnson bar, is used to work the trailer brakes. It should be used only to test the brakes. Using it while a vehicle is in motion could cause a skid. Question 188. You may turn right on a solid red traffic light. Option A, when there is a sign prohibiting turning right on red. Option B, before pedestrians have crossed any intersecting crosswalks. Option C, before coming to a complete stop. Option D, after coming to a complete stop and yielding to pedestrians and vehicles in the intersection. The correct answer is option D, after coming to a complete stop and yielding to pedestrians and vehicles in the intersection. Explanation: you may turn right on a solid red light after coming to a full stop. You may only turn if it is safe to do so and if there is no sign prohibiting the turn. Yield to cross traffic and pedestrians. Question 189. To use the stab braking method in an emergency situation, you should: option A, apply the brakes completely until the wheels lock up. Release the brakes until the wheels start rolling, then repeat the process. Option B, apply the brakes above halfway, but keep the wheels rolling. Option C, fully apply the brakes, let the wheels lock up, and hold the brake pedal down, keeping the wheels locked until the vehicle stops. Option D, apply the emergency brake. The correct answer is option A. Apply the brakes completely until the wheels lock up. Release the brakes until the wheels start rolling, then repeat the process. Explanation: the stab braking method for emergency stops involves fully applying the brakes until they lock up. The brakes are then released until the wheels start rolling, then the process is repeated. Question 190. As alcohol builds up in your blood, it: option A, slows down your reactions. Option B, makes you feel less confident. Option C, begins to metabolize itself more quickly. Option D, decreases the number of driving errors. The correct answer is option B, makes you feel less confident. Explanation: as alcohol builds up in your system, it will slow your reactions, make you feel more confident, and cause you to make more errors. Question 191. When should drivers use hand-over-hand steering? Option A, when turning the steering wheel during normal driving activity. Option B, when anti-lock brakes are engaged. Option C, when turning at low speeds. Option D, when backing or when momentarily turning on blinkers, the radio or windshield wipers. The correct answer is option C, when turning at low speeds. Explanation: use hand-over-hand steering when turning at low speeds, such as when turning at an intersection or when parking your vehicle. Regarding the steering wheel as a clock face, your left hand should grasp the wheel between 8 and 9 o'clock, and your right hand should grasp the wheel between 3 and 4 o'clock. Question 192. When a school bus is stopped on the road ahead to load or unload children, you must: option A, come to a complete stop until all the children have left the bus. Option B, come to a complete stop until the red lights stop flashing and the stop arm is withdrawn. Option C, change lanes, ride slowly, and pass the bus cautiously. Option D, continue riding normally. The correct answer is option B, come to a complete stop until the red lights stop flashing and the stop arm is withdrawn. Explanation: when a school bus is stopped on the road ahead with its lights flashing and its stop arm extended, you must come to a complete stop and wait to proceed until the lights have stopped flashing and the stop arm is withdrawn. You do not need to stop if the school bus is on the opposite side of a divided highway. Question 193. What are the consequences of driving under the influence of alcohol or other drugs? Option A, possible imprisonment. Option B, a mandatory fine. Option C, driver license revocation. Option D, all of these choices. The correct answer is option C, driver license revocation. Explanation: driving under the influence can be punished by a fine, jail sentence, and / or suspension or revocation of your license. Question 194. A bicyclist who doesn't obey traffic laws. Option A is in the right because bicyclists don't have to obey traffic laws. Option B can be ticketed. Option C will always receive a warning from law enforcement. Option D, will have their bicycle impounded. The correct answer is option B, can be ticketed. Explanation: all bicyclists have the same rights, duties, and responsibilities as drivers of motor vehicles. Motorists and bicyclists who do not obey traffic laws can be ticketed. Question 195. The service airline is attached to the option A, relay valves, option B, supply line, option C, emergency airline, option D, steering wheel. The correct answer is option A, relay valves. Explanation: the service airline carries air and is controlled by either the foot brake or trailer hand brake. The service airline is attached to relay valves, which allow the trailer brakes to be applied quickly. Question 196. When looking to return, you should option A, turn both your head and your shoulders to get a better look. Option B, turn just your head, not your shoulders. Option C, use only your mirrors. Option D, only move your eyes, not your head. The correct answer is option B, turn just your head, not your shoulders. Explanation: when turning, look through the turn to where you want to go. Turn just your head, not your shoulders, and keep your eyes level with the horizon. Question 197. Look over your shoulder to check your blind spot. 1. Option A, pulling toward or away from a curb. Option B, turning left or right. Option C, changing lanes. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option A, pulling toward or away from a curb. Explanation: look over your shoulder to check your blind spot every time you want to change your vehicle's position. If you are turning, changing lanes, or pulling toward or away from a curb, you should check your blind spots. Question 198. What does a lane use control signal with a flashing yellow X indicate? Option A, the signal is about to change to a red X. Option B, the signal is about to change to a green arrow. Option C, drivers may use this lane only to make a left turn. Option D, drivers may drive slowly in this lane. The correct answer is option C. Drivers may use this lane only to make a left turn. Explanation: lane use control signals are used when the direction of the flow of traffic in a specific lane changes throughout the day. They are used to show which lanes of traffic are open and closed, as well as to show if toll booths are open or closed. When a lane control signal contains a flashing yellow X, drivers may only use that lane to complete a left turn. Question 199. A single dashed white line on a multi-lane road means: option A, lanes are moving in opposite directions. Option B, passing is permitted into a lane directly next to the dashed white line. Option C, passing is prohibited. Option D, none of these. The correct answer is option A. Lanes are moving in opposite directions. Explanation: single dashed lines separate lanes of travel where changing lanes is not restricted. White lines separate lanes of traffic moving in opposite directions. Question 200. When approaching a curve in the road, drivers should: option A, immediately accelerate. Option B, continue slowing down until they are driving straight again. Option C, slow down before reaching the curve and accelerate once passing the middle of the curve. Option D, slow down only if the road conditions are less than ideal. The correct answer is option C. Slow down before reaching the curve and accelerate once passing the middle of the curve. Explanation: always slow down before reaching a curve and accelerate only after passing the middle of the curve. If you drive too fast, the tires will not be able to grip the road and your vehicle will skid.